What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm Imani and this is my YouTube channel where I share social media tips and tricks to help brands and businesses improve their social media presence. And in today's video, I'm going to be answering 10 social media questions that I get all the time, whether it's from family members, my friends, clients, people commenting on my YouTube videos, or even in my Instagram DMs. So I have my iPad right in front of me with all the questions, and we're going to get right into it. The first question that I get all the time, especially from just people around me, people that are trying to build their brand, people that are trying to build their Instagram, is how often should I be posting on Instagram? So this all depends on your page, on your brand, on what you're offering. If you're a content creator, if it really just depends on who you are and what your purpose is with your platform. But just overall, like an average answer, I would say at least 2 to 3 times on your feed. On your story, you can post every day, all day. But what I have noticed is, and I've seen other people say this as well, when they let their story run out and it goes for the 24 hours, and they post a new story after the 24 hours, their views go up in their story. So that's definitely something you want to take note of. But as far as posting on your feed, probably 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the purpose that you have your Instagram for. You can do a combination of different types of posts. So if it's a picture, a reel, an IGTV, it really just depends on your content. But on average, about 2 to 3 times. Some people post every day, some people post one picture and then disappear. It really depends. Okay, so the second question that I often get is, what equipment do I use to record and edit my YouTube videos? Pretty much, what's an inexpensive way to start a YouTube channel? So for me, I invested in a Canon EOS M50 camera, but sometimes when I was doing other videos, sometimes I would be using my iPhone. So you don't have to go in and get a full-on DSLR camera. You can use your iPhone, your Android. As long as you have like a nice smartphone, you can go ahead and use that. I also have 2 lights. I have a ring light and a box light, I think is what they call these. But I have tons of lighting because I'm obsessed with equipment. So I know some people that just use ring lights. I know some people that use natural lighting. So if you're able to sit in front of a window, you can just use natural lighting. I definitely recommend at least getting like a ring light. There's so many different types of ring lights. I have 3. I have a full-size one, and then I have one where I record my TikToks and my Reels on. It's so much easier. It's like a desktop version, but it also extends. As far as editing, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, but I know people that use iMovie. Some people use InShot. Some people use Final Cut Pro. I don't know how much Final Cut Pro is, but for Adobe, I pay for the Premiere Pro. I pay for the whole entire pack. Creative Cloud, so that's Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, all of the Creative Cloud. I pay for the entire package. I think that's about $35. I don't know. I'll put the price on the screen. And then iMovie, if you have Apple products, it comes with your phone, it comes with your Mac, and yeah. But there's so many different other platforms you can use if you don't have access, or you're not able to purchase Final Cut Pro or any of the Adobe products. So I get this question a lot. I did a video on it, on the benefits of, or should you switch your account to business or creator, or vice versa. So how do you switch your account from a creator to business account, or to business to creator account? It's pretty simple. All you have to do is go to your profile, click the 3 lines at the top, or just go to your settings and click account, and then it's going to ask you to, at the bottom you'll see change account type, and you can switch it to personal, creator, or business, depending on which one you have. The video I did about whether you should have a business or creator account is a lot of updates have happened since then, so I probably will need to do a new one. The next question that I often get is, should you have 2 Instagrams, a personal Instagram and a business Instagram? So prior to, like, I think it was the middle of last year, maybe, I had 3 Instagram accounts. I had a personal, so like it wasn't a business account, it wasn't a professional account. I had a personal, I had a business account, which was my It's Imani Murray, so my personal brand account, and then I had my company's account. I don't know about y'all, but that was a lot of work trying to like manage 3 different Instagrams. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the time or the energy. So I went ahead and deactivated my personal account. So now I just have my personal brand, which is my creator account. So at It's Imani Murray, and then I have my company's, which is a business Instagram. It really depends on your preference and how much energy you have to be putting into Instagram. If you have a business, I think it's definitely important that you have an Instagram for yourself. Now, if your business and your personal brand can coexist on one page, then that's fine. But having a personal account that's not a professional account, which is a business or creator account, is really up to you. It depends on if you want to live your life in private and then have your business stuff on one page. That's really solely up to you. But I noticed I was posting the same stuff kind of in a way on my personal page and then on my professional page. So it was kind of like, what's the point of having both? But it really just depends on what you're looking to post on your page. So the next question I get, which kind of ties into the first question, was when's the best time to post on Instagram? This is where you need to go and look at your analytics. If you're just starting out and you don't have any analytics, I personally always recommend to my clients posting depending on the day, but posting first thing in the morning, so around 9 a.m. at 12 p.m., so that's lunchtime, and then around 8 o'clock, around 6 to 8. So at 9 o'clock, you're catching people right before they're going into work, so between 8 and 9 a.m. And then at 12, you're catching people at lunch for the most part. And then from 6 to 8, you're catching people when they're getting off and then they're relaxing for the day. They're eating dinner, they're at home doing whatever. You really should be paying attention to your insights on Instagram or whatever platform you're posting on. But more specifically, when it comes to Instagram, you want to pay attention to those insights, because it's 2 things that really you should be paying attention. Not just the time, but also the day. So for Mondays, 9 a.m. may work better for you versus 8 p.m. But on Wednesdays, 12 noon may work for you versus 9 a.m. So you definitely want to, Instagram has a full-on insights section for you to check out if you have a professional account. So next question that I often get is, what apps should I use to enhance my Instagram presence? I've done a whole video on this, and I even just did a reel about it, but there's, I want to say 5 to 6 apps that I use often that really help bring my Instagram, they makes it cohesive, makes it stay on brand, and it just elevates the content. Of course, the first one is Canva. If you don't know, Canva has so many different templates you can use for your social media, even for presentations, so many different things you can use Canva for. So Canva, definitely. Mojo is something I use for Insta Story, but I also use it, they offer so many different templates, like animated templates. I also use it sometimes on my reels to keep everything cohesive. What else do I use? InShot, I made a whole video about this as well, of how you can use InShot to improve your content. Unum, which allows you to plan out and visualize your Instagram layout. Another one that you can use is called Snapseed. So Snapseed, which is a great picture editor. Unfold has plenty of story templates, and I'm definitely going to link the video down below where I talk about all these different apps. But for the most part, they're all free. I do pay for Canva as a whole. They have a desktop version and an app version. I pay for because I use it so often, pretty much every week. But they do have a free option which has plenty of templates. So the next question that I'm often asked is about hashtags. People always saying, oh, I'm using hashtags, but they're not working. What's happening? What am I doing wrong? So across the board, every platform for the most part, you can use hashtags. But what's going wrong could be you might be shadow banned. You might be using hashtags that have way too many posts. So if you're using hashtag TikTok, let's say, I'm sure that has like billions or millions of posts on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter. So your post is getting lost because it has way too many posts within it. So you want to niche it down. You want to narrow it down to a more targeted audience. You may be using the same hashtags all the time, and so the platform, specifically Instagram, is not picking up because you've used it so many times. They may think you're spamming it. What else? You're not using enough hashtags. For Instagram, you have up to 30 hashtags you can use. TikTok, I don't believe there's a limit, but you just have a character limit. Twitter, there's a character limit. So you may be shadow banned. You may be using them all the time, which can hurt you. You may not be using enough. You may be using hashtags that have way too many posts, or you're using hashtags that have no posts. So you want to make sure you have a range when it comes to using your hashtags. So you want to have smaller range hashtags, medium, and then a large. And kind of to piggyback off of the hashtag question, I also get this question: how do I know if my content is actually working? So for one, check your insights. No matter what platform you're posting on, there's insights. TikTok has insights, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Everybody has YouTube. Everybody has insights. So you want to definitely make sure you are paying attention to that. But of course, take note of following count when you're posting, and then so you can track to see how it's doing. So say you do, like for me, I'm doing a 30-day Reels challenge. So throughout every day, I'm writing down what number I'm at as far as followers, and how many people I'm following, what the views are, what the likes are, what the comments are, how it's doing within the first hour, all of the above. I have a whole spreadsheet basically with all this information to track to see, okay, how is this working? Is my audience engaging with this? Is my audience liking this? Do they care about this? So you want to definitely take note of your numbers when especially if you're experimenting with something new. Definitely take note of your followers, your likes, your comments, your shares, your saves, your retweets, all of the above. Okay, so another question that I get, especially from potential clients, is I don't have time to post, I don't have time to engage, I don't have time to be on social media. What would you recommend? For one, you can hire me. I'll put my contact information down below. But of course, you can have a content calendar. So every month you put together a content calendar, you schedule out your content, and you don't have to worry about going in every day to post. You just want to make sure that it did post and that you hop in and engage. Another tip you can do is incorporate every day in your schedule time for you to go on social media, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's an hour, in the morning, in the afternoon, at nighttime. But being able to engage with your audience is super important, whether it's you're engaging with people that's responding to your content, or you're engaging with your followers, you're following people that you follow on your page. You want to definitely make sure that you're implementing time into your calendar to get this done. And then the last question that I sometimes get is, where do I get my information from? I do not work for Instagram. I do not work for any of these social media platforms. I read articles, I read blogs, I follow all the social media platforms, their accounts. So Instagram has Instagram for Business Creators Shop. Instagram has so many different Instagram accounts that provide information. There's articles out there. There are social media magazines and websites that focus on social media. And also, I've been paying attention to social media for 10 plus years at this point. I don't want to say obsessed, but I'm obsessed with it. So I know, and I pay attention to the different trends and what's going on. So yeah, I'm not just pulling this stuff out of my head, and I'm not just making these things up. I pay attention to what's going on. I pay attention to the articles, the news, and all of the above. So yeah, those are 10 questions that I often get regarding social media. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down below and we can chat. I will definitely be answering them. And as always, you can follow me on all social media platforms at It's Imani Murray. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.